What's going on, buddy? I'm at. Hey.
Did you want it to start there?
Yeah, right now. Hi.
Okay.
Okay, we can start it there. And and then we can welcome everybody to Visit 67. The 67th time, hopefully you guys are visiting us. Of Guy Party Podcast. Welcome, everybody. I am one of your hosts, Al Broody. Joined here, as always and as usual, with Matty Brook Daddy.
That's me.
How's it going, buddy? That's him. And we are Guy Party. Just two guys talking about movies, comics, video games, more often than not. And pretty much whatever else we feel like talking about at any given time, at any given moment. So, what's been going on in the world of Matt, I guess, before I do a little plugs, I'll do that after.
You don't want to do it now? Normally,
I
was going to say, normally once we start going, we don't have, like, a spot to do that.
That's true. All right. Anywho, shameless promotion here. You guys can find us, of course, on the Instagrams, Guy_Party_pod. That's pretty much where we put up our times we're going to be streaming, kind of what we've been doing, kind of everything else. And got an email account there, Gmail, guyparty91@gmail.com. We got our Twitch handles down there as well here in the video portion, and everything else is there. So if you guys feel like send us a question, any feedback, it's greatly appreciated. You can send them there. Glad we got that out of the way, actually, because you're right, we wouldn't have gotten to it otherwise.
What was this? What, 67? I don't remember what you said.
Visit.
Okay.
We're going to visit them. Hopefully people are visiting us for the 67th time.
Okay.
I was going to say visitation 67, but that didn't work. I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, so what's up? What's going on in the world of Matt? You want to go first this week, or you want me to go first?
You can go first. I'll let you go first.
Okay. Keep it short and simple. Dude, not a lot work-wise.
Surprise.
Yeah, just been working, of course, out in the field. I was back in the office this week, unfortunately, but next week I'll be back out in the field, which is good and a bad thing because it's like fucking, it's hot as balls out here. It's like up in the mid-90s this past week. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, just trying to do that, trying to get some more streaming in. Got a lot of streaming in today.
You did.
Friday, by the way. We're recording this on a Friday, which is weird for us. But I took the day off because our company does things. We have like overtime, but we can like bank it, quote unquote, and it's called flex time. So like I had a shitload of flex time built up in the past month of being in the field, and I was like, you know what? Before I go back out for another 2 weeks or something, I'm just gonna take a day off. Ask my boss for a mental health day.
Nice.
And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You have the time, might as well take it. I was like, thank you. So I streamed today for a long time. And I've been streaming Hollow Knight for the first time ever, and goddamn, dude, that game is beautiful.
Yeah.
The art style is amazing. The score, like the music, the score, it's fucking awesome. Each different area is just so alive, yet not at the same. You know what I mean? Like it's everything's like kind of.
I know what you mean.
I still don't know what the story is. I have no idea what's going on in the lore of the game at all.
Yeah, I feel like that's a game like. I feel like if I remember correctly, they kind of explain it like vaguely in the beginning, and like
I don't even remember.
I think as you get further into the game, it slowly unravels more and more.
Yeah. Okay. I like how you can get to pretty much any place if you have that ability, and like you can, even if you don't, you can get there and be like, "Fuck! Like, how do I get that? How do I get that? How do I get that?" And then they can play the game for 5 more hours, and then finally get an ability. And be like, "Oh shit! There was something over in this area with this area corner." And I was like, "I can go back there and do that." So I unlocked a couple abilities. I got like the Mantis Claw, of course, which is pretty much a wall jump. I got the dash. I got the super dash now, and then I got what else? I got the floor pound thing today finally. So as I mentioned, there's one area and like I got to in the beginning, like first couple hours of the game. It's like, how the fuck do I break this ground? Like I have no idea how to break the floor.
It's like, in the mining place, right?
Yeah, in Crystal Peaks. And here I am, like 15 hours into the fucking game. I finally was able to go down there and do that. And Fair enough. It didn't even matter. I've been there before, but it's a great game. I'm having a really, really good time with it. I can see myself dumping at least 10, 12 hours into it.
Yeah.
At a minimum. So there's that. Just been streaming that a lot exclusively. And then I don't know what else. I ordered a new phone.
Nice.
Ordered a new phone yesterday. Apparently I just got an email saying it's to be shipped out on September 4th. Just kind of like, it was like, was that 2 weeks from now?
Yes.
Just under.
Just under a week and a half.
Yeah, but damn. It's the age of instant gratification. It came out today. Why can't I have it today? But anyway.
Yep.
So I'm waiting for that. It's a new Samsung Note 10 Plus. Note 10 Plus.
Okay.
So gonna get that bastard. And then I was in a battle with Cooler Masters department, customer service department, because they sent me a fan that worked, but I like RGB, but the lights would not light up. And I called the guy, and I gave him like the specs of what I bought, about what I have, and see if it's compatible. He's like, "Yeah, it should be fine. That should be compatible." I was like, "Well, I tried every port, tried every header on the motherboard and shit," and he's like, "Oh, well, we don't like to give what's it called, replacements if you're within like the return policy of the store that you bought it from." I was like, "Dude, the store for me is like almost 2 hours away. I went there once like 2 or 3 months ago, and then like I just happened to be down near Denver, and then I stopped in there because it was like a 20-minute drive from where I was." I was like, "I don't feel like going back down there to return a fucking fan."
Yeah.
Like, anything you guys can do for me? Like, he's like, "Well, you're gonna need to give me X, Y, Z, T, P, A, and B." I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And finally, you're gonna need to send me a picture of you having the cord of the fan cut for the power supply for the fan. I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, pretty much people have been calling us in to get pretty much free fans. They complain that things aren't working, and they'll tell us what's malfunctioning, blah blah blah. Turns out they were fine, and they got free fans. So we need to verify that the fan is no longer operational." I was like, "Okay, I kind of get that, but
yeah,
come on, really? Like, if the fan's fucking broken already, I'm not going to continue to use it." But then again, they don't know that. Again,
yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't know. They don't know it's actually
not
working.
know. So I get it. I get
like,
it. But
that side note, that reminds me of like, I've heard stories of this. I actually heard, I don't remember who told me this the other day, but it's like people would order things online. I don't remember who it was or what they bought, but they're like, "Yeah, I bought like these two things, and the one thing didn't show up." So like I contacted the seller, and I was like, "Yeah, this didn't show up," and the seller's like, "All right, well, take a picture of it." And they're like, "What?" So it's like, "All right, take a picture of the empty box." It's like, it didn't show up. And why did my
getting the robot?
Yeah, for some reason my computer decided to go to sleep.
Freeze. Go to sleep. Wake up.
I'll have to check the settings on that.
Computer,
but yeah,
wake up,
it's just like one of those things where I've heard about that online, and then I heard someone mention that the other day, and I was like, I know that story.
Yeah. Like,
so.
What? Take a picture of your non-existent product that I can see that verify that you didn't get it.
Yeah. It's not how that works.
Okay, let me just let me go ahead and do that for you. But yeah, so hopefully I have yet to get a confirmation that's saying, "Hey, something's on its way" or whatever. But as long as they eventually get it, it doesn't matter. But as I mentioned today, like, I don't know if you heard me streaming, I was playing with my best friend on the computer all day, but it's behind my monitor now, so I couldn't see it. And I looked back for a second and noticed the case fan that I put back in wasn't running. So I was like, "God damn."
All that RGB to be put behind a monitor.
I can still see it. I can see it, like, I can see it right there, but I couldn't see that specific fan.
Okay.
To see if it was running or not.
Yeah.
So when it's not running, I have to literally open the case, like, give it a little spin, and it'll start to go, and then it'll go. It's like, but it shouldn't fucking have to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
Anyway, I got a new one coming anyway. So we're good. But that's pretty much been my week, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Borderlands 3, less than a month. Can't wait. But what's been going on in the world of Matt? What's up with you, buddy?
What is up with me? That's a good question.
What have you been doing?
I beat Did I say last week I beat Evil Within? I don't remember if I beat it by last week. But I started Evil Within 2. I think in the past week.
I know we talked about what your streaming plan is going forward.
Yeah, I started Evil Within 2.
Nice.
Which it's a different feel because the first game was like very linear, chapter based. Like it wasn't even like
I watched you stream a little bit.
Yeah, it's like you can't really explore too much. Whereas the second game is like, hey, it's all open world. Like, so it's like,
have fun. Get lost. Fuck.
But like, luckily on the map, it like straight up tells you where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like me being me. It's like, I want to check out over here. Here's a side mission over here, and there's there's weapons up here. It's like, I kind of like the fact that it's like open world, but at the same time, it's like it feels like it's not the same necessarily.
Same game, like gameplay wise, you mean, or?
Yeah, it was just like the previous one, like the first one. It was like you had to be like very smart about like getting around things and like being stealthy or stuff like that. Whereas this one is like just avoiding. Yeah.
Go.
And then find a spot to hide and just hide and wait for it to die down.
I just watched you do that. Yeah.
But I mean, I've been enjoying it. It's been fun.
Well, that's all that matters, right?
What else have I been playing? I actually haven't been playing a whole lot this week, to be honest. I think that's pretty much all I've played over the past week.
Okay.
But last night hit 5,000 achievements.
Woo! So, send me a text. I got it.
Yep. 5,000 is done. So on to
5,010 is done.
5,012, actually, if we're being real.
Well, if we're talking little milestones here, I think 10. Yeah, well, okay. Just splitting hairs, I get it.
But yeah, so
I think I have
headed towards 6,000 now.
Damn, brother. Damn.
Yeah.
I have like what, 40?
I don't know. You'd have to get that little thing on Steam to be able to tell you.
I got like 817 on PlayStation, so still not very much.
But yeah, so doing that. Excuse me. But I watched The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that last week. Thoughts, review, spoiler free.
So I finished the series today, or the first season.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's about superheroes.
To, like better than like the Marvel stuff on Netflix, or
yes, but it's a different take on it. It's tough to really explain it without like giving spoilers, if that makes sense.
I guess I don't. Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like the first episode, like you watch the first episode, and it's not like a build up to anything. It's just like throwing you into it. And it's like, okay. And then like I think it's pretty much like the end of the first episode or like beginning of the second is where like certain things start being revealed.
Okay.
And kind of turn into oh shit moments.
So did you finish Umbrella Academy?
I did not. I do need to go back to that.
I was gonna see how it compared to that because I really liked the Umbrella Academy. That was fun.
So from the few episodes I saw from Umbrella Academy, I think I like The Boys better.
Okay, is it more gritty, like more like?
Is
in your face kind of?
Yeah. Like it's gory. Like they don't shy away from like the gore or anything like that. You see dick. I'll say that right now.
You see dick.
Some of the characters hang dong. I think you actually see a dick in the first episode.
That reminds me of the Always Sunny episode.
That dude he hangs dong. And I will say this because I know I said it in front of my friend the one time, and she didn't seem too fond of the word, the C word, cunt.
Yeah, one of the
that seems like one of those words that a lot of people don't like hearing or people saying.
I ain't got a problem with it.
Carl Urban is one of the lead roles in that.
Let me look him up. Carl Urban. Not
Keith
Urban.
No, Carl Urban. But yeah, he says.
Oh yeah,
cunt,
I know him.
He says cunt and twat a lot.
Twat is a funny word.
Yeah.
Cunt is a vindictive, mean word.
Yeah, but he says those a lot, and it's like, Like, I was texting my one friend about it, and I was like, I'm watching The Boys right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. And she's like, how is it? Is it good? And I was like, well, I know you don't like those words, so the one character uses them a lot. And it's also just very gory, because I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm into it.
They show a lot of penis.
So they hang an exponential amount of dong in this show. I'm looking at a picture of Carl Urban, kind of next to Nathan Fillion, and they look like they'd be brothers. I don't know why I thought that. Carl Urban's definitely the younger, more rough around the edges brother. Nathan Fillion's like, I studied brother more than you.
I mean, in the show, he has like a beard and everything. So
yeah,
like,
I see that.
I when you first said that, I couldn't see it, but like seeing him shaved, yeah, I could see that.
Gotcha. That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, actually, it was so good. I actually went out and got.
A comic.
Yeah, it's based off a graphic novel.
Is it? Okay, I guess you haven't read it yet, but
no, I saw an article on IGN and Polygon. I think it might have been IGN. That was like comparing like the differences between the two, because obviously with the show there's going to be differences.
Yeah, of course. You can never, unfortunately, do that. Oh, hey, here's a 600-page book. Here's an hour and 45 minute movie.
It was also not even that. It was just like things that are different between like within the characters themselves. Like in the show, these characters are like this, but in the comic, they're actually doing this.
They're not like this.
But because of the fact that it seems like it's being well received, that Amazon, like the way the season ended, it was like this could be the end of the series if it's not received well. Like they could just end it there, cut it there. They didn't really like build up for a second season. But they kind of left it in a way where it's like, if it gets well received, they can easily do a second season.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
It wasn't like it wasn't like Daredevil season 3 where they ended it on a way where it's like, this is gonna be the next villain, and it was like, oh, Daredevil's done. Like,
yeah.
So,
he should have been fucking dead, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah. But I'm hoping. I don't know if they've confirmed the second season got greenlit yet, but like I've only heard.
When did this come out?
I want to say like within the past week or two.
Oh, so it's really fresh. Okay, hot off the presses.
July 26th. So actually, it's been out a month.
Oh, okay. So not that long, but long enough.
Yeah, like I watched the first couple episodes. I texted my one roommate, and she like watched all like the Netflix Marvel stuff and like the Umbrella Academy and stuff like that. And I was like, "Hey, I started watching the show called The Boys. Like, you should check it out. I think you'll like it." And she's like, "Yeah, I binged that in 2 days." But it's only 8 episodes, so it's like
8 episodes. How long?
An hour each. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you could easily binge that in a day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or two. But yeah, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I picked up the graphic novel, which they're called omnibuses, but they're you could see it's like the thickness of my finger. And
how much they're running? $35?
I think it was about 25.
Okay. I was gonna get one for the Punisher. There's actually 2 comics bookstores randomly in downtown Cheyenne. Who would know? But I went into one, and there was a Punisher one that I really wanted for whatever reason, and it was like $37 or something. So. Well,
let me put it this way. So, this is considered an omnibus. Nice thing about it is on the bottom. I don't know if you'll be able to see if I hold it up. You can't
one.
Really, but it says
one.
Underneath it says 1 of 6.
Oh.
So like this, I think this comic run is already done, and like included. Yeah. So like, I like the fact that they put 1 of 6 because I know how many
ones I have and how many I need to get. Yeah.
But you were asking how much that ran me. I think you can get it on Amazon for like $21.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know if this says the price on the back actually. I think I paid about $25 for it. Because I went to Barnes & Noble because Amazon was like, oh, you can get it September 5th. And I was like, well, they don't have it in stock. And I was like, check Barnes & Noble real quick. And Barnes & Noble was like, we have it at this store. And I was like, well, it's like a 20-minute drive away, but I want it. I don't want to wait for it.
But
so I
want it,
drove
so
up, got it, got food, and then came back. But yeah, like talking about price, like this was $25. But this hefty omnibus, Gotham Central, costed me about like 65 or 70.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's thick.
Yeah.
That is thick. That's a thick bitch. Yeah, that's a lot more. I mean, there's a lot more girth, like so much more girth to that one, but there's a lot more substance to that one. There's more to read, of course. Yeah.
So like you were saying, like how much did it run me? Well, they really do depend on how much is actually in it. Or at least that seems to be what DC does with their stuff. Marvel seems to jack up their prices on everything, so it's like it kind of pisses me off.
Marvel has everybody by the fucking balls. It seems like not that aspect. You know what I mean? Like they're just so popular right now, and everybody who necessarily wouldn't be a comic fan is now getting into it a little bit because it's so it's so mainstream. I guess at this point, they're like fuck it, they're gonna buy it, jack up the price a little bit, add $5 to it, add $10 to it, they'll buy it. I feel like that's their I don't know.
Well, this is actually a pretty good transition, but the Marvel almost went bankrupt. A lot of people don't know this. The reason back in late 90s, I want to say.
So before
that's why
the $1 billion company, yeah.
That's why Sony has property of Spider-Man and Fox had X-Men and Fantastic Four, because they sold off rights to those heroes to get money.
To dig them out of the hole.
Yeah. So that's, like, a lot of people don't realize Marvel was going bankrupt, and they sold rights to gain money, and then Iron Man came out, or the movie came out, and essentially made them a $1 billion company. Which eventually got bought by Disney.
Disney. Speaking of...
But, like I said, this was a pretty good transition because there's this whole Spider-Man thing going on right now.
Spidey!
Where it sounds like he is not going to be in the MCU anymore.
Dun, dun, dun!
Did you hear anything about this, out of curiosity?
It was plastered on Reddit for a while. I just saw the main things, read some comments. I didn't really read the articles. But
so
I don't exactly know what happened.
Yeah, so pretty much the original deal, it sounded like, when Marvel first got the rights back to put Spider-Man into their movies, was they received approximately I think that was the original deal. I think it was originally like they got 5% of box office returns from the Spider-Man movies.
Who did?
Disney. Okay. Marvel. But Disney also, from what I believe I heard, had 100% merchandising gain. So anything that was merchandised off of it, T-shirts, anything.
Done deal. Yep.
Went to Disney.
Okay.
But then Disney, I guess like the deal was kind of up because I think it might have been like a 5-movie deal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Disney asked for all future Spider-Man projects to be a 50-50 co-financing agreement, because essentially Disney and Marvel were doing all the work and Sony was, I guess, gaining the money off of it. And Disney was like, we want, like, if you're gaining all this money, like, you got to put some work into it. And Sony just said no. Not even, they didn't even come back with, like, a counter offer. They were just like, no. And left it. And a lot of fans got upset about that.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you? Aren't you?
Yeah. But it's just one of those things where it's like, a lot of people are like, well, Disney's being greedy here also. And it's like, well, if a company is literally from what I got out of it, doing all the work to make movies for this character, and a company that owns the rights is getting 95% of the profit from the movies. Like, yeah, Sony should put some money up front for co-financing and stuff.
Nah, 95-5. Wow, no, that makes sense though.
But I thought I saw some other things in here about that. I don't know. I've seen a bunch of different articles, and it seems like it's kind of pointing to some different stuff. But you haven't seen Far From Home yet, have you?
I still have not. No, but I've seen Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, because
but this has nothing to do with that.
Far From Home, one, it was still very MCU heavy, where it's like some movies like Ragnarok. Doctor Strange made a small appearance. Hulk was obviously in the movie for pretty much all of it. But, like, that's all they really touched on MCU related.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this movie, it, like... This isn't really a spoiler because it showed it in the trailer. Iron Man still has a really heavy impact on this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you see it in the trailer. It's like everywhere I go, I see his face. And it shows a brick wall with Iron Man painted on the side. So it's like... It's still very MCU heavy with, like, relations and stuff.
Okay.
So, assuming that they don't get a deal, like, the director said he's still slated for, like, 2 more Spider-Man movies. It's like, all of a sudden...
They're still happening, though, right?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But it's like, you're not going to be able to use any MCU stuff at that point. You can't mention Stark, who is essentially a father figure to Peter Parker.
Can't do it, yeah.
You know, you can't mention anything in the MCU with, like, the Infinity War saga or anything like that. It's like,
you're very limited at that point.
You're all of a sudden...
expand on it.
Yeah, and it's like almost all of a sudden you are, like, almost having to reboot the series to not touch any of that stuff, it seems like. Granted, a lot of people are speculating Sony's just going to go with Spider-Man Venom route and start doing crossovers with that, which... I think would be cool, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's interesting to see where they're gonna go, because also the 2 post-credit scenes for Far From Home were kind of like
really good.
They were big. They were setting up to, like, for big things that could or did happen in the MCU.
Okay.
So it's like. I'm assuming the MCU is still going to take Far From Home as being canon. Because there's a post-credit scene, like I said, that affects the entire MCU, not just Spider-Man.
Just Spider-Man. I mean, I have to see that.
Yeah, you do.
I really have to see that. Shit.
So it's going to be interesting, and I saw a lot of people on... I'm not actually going to say that because that's kind of a spoiler for Far From Home.
Thank you.
Yeah, I caught myself. I was about to say it, and I was like... No, he hasn't seen Far From Home yet. I can't talk about it.
Yeah. Nice shirt, by the way. Speaking of...
Thank you. I haven't actually worn the shirt in a while. I found it, like, almost underneath my bed, and I was like, oh.
This is a nice shirt. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I like this shirt. I completely forgot I had it.
It's badass.
Got our boy Spider-Man right here.
Yep. Got a boy. I know. I was looking for him. I was like, where is he? There he is.
Right next to Hulk.
Hulk smash.
But yeah, so it ought to be interesting.
It ought to be.
Hopefully, they do reach a deal where, you know, something can be worked out. But also, maybe, like, I heard a lot of people saying, like, maybe Disney asked for higher than they would agree to just to try and get Sony to give
work their way
more
down.
than what they thought they would. Which I've heard is a valid way to ask for things. It's like I've always heard, like, if you're going to ask for a raise, ask for higher than what you think you deserve or want.
Or will get, yeah.
And that way, if they say no, you can at least bargain for maybe even what you
you wanted for it in the beginning, yeah.
Or they might return and say, no, but we'll give you this, which is even more than what you were expecting.
Or yeah, exactly. So you got to negotiate a little bit, but
yeah. But the fact that Sony didn't even counteroffer, it was like, that's odd. So
you fucking dicks.
Sony, we'll see. Sony seems a little cocky that they have, you know, one of the highest grossing movies now, and their highest grossing was Far From Home. So
was it?
I believe so.
Damn.
I think Far From Home grossed over $1 billion.
That's awesome.
Good
for them. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, worldwide it grossed $1.1 billion.
That's not very far behind. Or no, what was fucking Endgame?
1.8.
I mean, to have a single Spider-Man, like just a single character, put up 1.1. Didn't Black Panther put up 1.1?
No, Endgame did 2.7. Never
mind. Okay, never mind. That's a substantial difference. I'm sorry. Didn't Black Panther put up numbers like 1.2 bill or something like that? 1.3, 1.8?
Black Panther was 1.3.
Okay, so within the same ballpark, which is crazy.
But, it's a little bit funny because
it's a little bit funny. Sorry.
It gives total lifetime grosses, and it gives like domestic and foreign.
Yeah.
For Far From Home, domestic was 378 million. Yeah.
378 million.
Yeah, 378 million. That's what I meant. For domestic, and 732 million for foreign. Whereas Black Panther was 700 million domestic and 646 million for foreign. Which is just, it's funny because it's like, I feel like a lot of movies you do see like obviously foreign income,
higher.
The gross income be higher. Like Endgame.
I mean, that makes so much sense.
Endgame domestic was 858 million and foreign was 1.9 million for foreign. I mean, domestic was 858 million.
1.9 billion foreign. But I mean, like we're the United States, right?
Yeah. Well, that.
Here's everything the fuck else.
Well, that's why I said it's funny that
you got India, you got
Black Panther.
All of Europe.
Domestic for Black Panther was 50 million more than the foreign income.
Yeah.
So, I just thought that's a weird little tidbit. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens, with Spider-Man from here.
Yes, sir. I agree.
It'll be interesting.
We'll see what happens. Apparently, Spider-Man, the third movie, the script is in the works. Apparently, so
I mean, they kind of. The post-credit scene was like essentially setting up, or one of the post-credits was setting up for the next Spider-Man movie.
Got you. Okay. Interesting.
So.
Well, cool, man. That's some crazy shit. But speaking of that, really quick. Speaking of Disney, I finished my book about the video game industry, pretty much.
Video games.
And there was one game in there that LucasArts was developing, and like Star Wars 1313.
I remember that.
And then reading about it and like actually looking shit up afterwards, the game looked fucking cool.
Yep.
But it was pretty much like, it wasn't almost done, but it was, the levels were made, the story was written, everything was like kind of coming together. And all of a sudden, Disney buys fucking LucasArts for $4 billion, or buys Lucasfilms for $4 billion, taking over all the Star Wars rights and all that shit. And with that, slowly they started shutting studios down that was associated with them. Slowly shut it down. Like, we're done. No, we're gonna focus on mobile games and I forget what they said, easier access, like kind of for the more mainstream kind of like.
Which is crazy because if all that stuff was already done, like they could potentially get a profit easily off of that.
Let us finish this game that we worked so hard for the past 5 years, please. And then afterwards, you can shut it down. Please just let us finish our work. And nope, they pitched it to Visceral. They don't know what you fucking heard, but we're not going to take this game. You guys want interviews? We'll give you some interviews here, but otherwise you guys can leave. No, what the fuck? But the way the game sounded was so fucking...
Yeah, I vaguely remember it, and
It was about pretty much.
Was that the bounty hunter one?
Bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You were pretty much a random bounty hunter, but then George Lucas was like, I want it to be Boba Fett. They're like, the story's already written. He's like, I want it to be Boba Fett. I'm like, fuck, let's rewrite the story again. So it was gonna be like Boba Fett in, was it Coruscant? Coruscant? Coruscant. I did not pronounce it.
The planet that's one big city.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1313 because it's gonna be the 1313th level down.
Okay.
In there, and it was gonna be a gritty kind of like.
Yeah, I remember hearing it's gonna be a gritty, darker game.
Yeah,
which was one thing people I remember being super excited about was like, this isn't just like the Star Wars games we're used to. It sounds like a darker, more mature Star Wars game.
And they even fucking made a playable demo at E3 in 2012, and it just never came to fruition. So which sucks ass. But apparently there's still hope out there that it might get picked up by a studio.
I mean,
still
maybe
to this day, 7 years later.
Maybe if Fallen Order does well,
or just maybe in general with all the Star Wars hype again. You know.
Well, that's what I mean. Like Fallen Order is supposed to be a darker Star Wars game, and a story-based one. We haven't had a story-based Star Wars game in I don't know how long.
God knows how long. Yeah. Battlefront 2. Fuck.
I was. It's funny you say that. I mentioned this last podcast. I Hope the Friend moved last weekend.
Yep.
And she has like a lot of the systems, like all the Nintendo systems. She has a PS4.
Nice.
And I was looking at her games. I was like, oh, Uncharted, Spider-Man, Mirror's Edge. Oh, Battlefront 2, I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Because she's like also
an expensive coaster here.
Yeah, she's also like a big Star Wars fan. So I'm sure she was like, I want it day one. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry that you got this. And she's like,
that must have stung a little. Yeah,
she's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Harder. Yeah. Fuck. But anyway, I don't want to rush us here, man. But I have like a half hour. She's gonna meet me downtown for some stuff. So. Wow. I apologize, but
that's fine.
That's cool. It's like 5:45. I'm gonna head out.
I mean, touching real quick. I guess there's not too much else.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Joker got rated R, which I'm excited about.
Woo!
Actually, when I saw that last night, I rewatched the trailer again. I was like, all right, I'm psyched for it. It comes out. It's supposed to come out in 2 months. It's supposed to be October.
I'm into it. It's gonna be creepy as fuck,
so
dude.
I am excited.
It's rated R for it mentioned like gore or bloody scene and like disturbing content. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, let's hope Joaquin Phoenix makes it out of this one.
Apparently, I saw a quick link somewhere, but the director is down to do a sequel if Joaquin Phoenix returns.
Meaning.
Well, like, I know Joaquin Phoenix doesn't like doing multi-picture projects.
I didn't know that.
I don't remember what movie it was. There's a movie he was going to be casted for. I think it was one of the Marvel movies.
Interesting.
But he was potentially going to be... it might have been... Hang on, let me read this.
Far From Home? Was he supposed to be in Far From Home?
No, it says Doctor Strange.
Oh, nice. No, I couldn't see him as that. As Doctor Strange or in Doctor Strange?
Joaquin Phoenix explains turning down Doctor Strange.
Okay, so I couldn't see him as that role. I'm glad. Penny Ditch Bummer got the role.
But yeah, I remember. I think that's what it was. That's the one I found. But from what I've heard is he just doesn't like being committed to multi-film deals. Which I'm sure one of the things with Doctor Strange was obviously,
you're being like
5-6 films because he's been in 2 Avenger films. He's had his own film. He's made a cameo in Thor Ragnarok.
Could be a second film.
He has a second film coming out called Madness into the Multiverse or whatever, which is a lot of people are expecting that's going to be the introduction of like the Fantastic Four and the mutants and X-Men and stuff.
Deadpool,
yeah.
Let's get Ryan Reynolds in as many movies as possible before he like
I
Starts
hope
to age.
I hope that if in Doctor Strange they introduce Deadpool coming into the MCU, I hope he becomes the new Stan Lee, where he is just a cameo in every movie.
Every fucking movie.
Doesn't even have to say anything. He can just be a cameo, like, because that's easy to do. You just put a guy in a suit, like, if he doesn't have to talk, or even if he does talk, literally Ryan Reynolds can do it
anywhere
from anywhere in the world. He just has to like call on and do it over the phone.
Can we do that at high quality?
Probably.
Recording?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of companies doing it before.
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like you don't even necessarily need to be there for the 5 seconds he's going to appear in a film. And even if you do, he doesn't even necessarily need to say anything. It could just be him falling off a building in the background or something.
Serving hot dogs, getting chopped in half, or getting hit by a car. Yeah. That'd
be
funny.
I hope if Deadpool does make an appearance, or does get introduced into the MCU, he becomes the new Stan Lee with like the cameos. Because he's breaks that fourth wall and knows.
Yep.
Which would make it even funnier.
True. So staying in the same vein here as the comic books, movies and whatnot, Flash apparently is confirmed. Still happening?
So
the movie, Flash movie?
Yeah, there's been like rumors that it's not going to happen, or Ezra Miller wasn't going to return as the Flash.
That's what I heard.
But apparently he confirmed, essentially. He's like, I can't say too much about it, but what I can say, there was another film, I can't remember what it was. I just read the article real briefly, but he's like, I can confirm that whatever film it was and Flash are still going.
Ezra Miller claims the Flash movie is quote unquote absolutely confirmed.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I didn't mind him as Flash. I know I've heard mixed reviews about him as a Flash.
I liked him. He's funny.
Yeah. Okay. And that's one of the things is it sounded like he was like, I don't want to make this sound like a bad thing, but it's like quirky on this, in the aspect of like, he's on the spectrum of autism, quirky. That's what like some people were kind of taking from his character, the way it was written and portrayed.
Yeah.
Which when you hear that, you're like, okay, I can kind of see that.
I think that's the way the guy acts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it might just be his mannerisms in general when he acts. I haven't really seen him in too much, so I can't say for sure.
Yep.
But the fact that it's still confirmed that he's going to be Flash, I'm excited for.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him as a character.
Yeah, because I know we kind of got screwed over with Ben Affleck, obviously not coming back as Batman, and who knows what the deal is with Superman still.
Who knows, yeah.
We don't even know that.
God knows.
But, yeah. And then the only other thing that I can think of is still in movie news. Matrix 4 apparently was announced, and Keanu Reeves is coming back. Huh?
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like I need to rewatch the trilogy now, because I don't remember. Like, I remember the basics of it, but like, I remember how it ends, but I don't remember exactly how it ends. So it's like,
you want to hear something fucking crazy?
Go ahead.
I've never seen any of the Matrix movies.
Okay. First one was good.
Never seen any of them.
The second and third were like, they were alright. Like, they weren't amazing.
I did see like bits and pieces of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take the pill. I don't even know what fucking pill he took. The blue pill.
I don't remember.
I forget.
That's actually one thing. Like, people always reference that scene, but everyone's like, What pill did he take? The red pill, the blue pill? I don't know what pill it was. Just the pill that Keanu took to go into the Matrix or exit the Matrix or whatever.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, but apparently,
when was the last one?
When?
I guess I could have done the same thing. My guess is 2008.
No, I'm gonna say like 2006. Oh, wow, we were way off.
04?
03.
Fuck. When was the first one? 99?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I mean, I was 8. In my defense, I was 8 years old, so...
Yeah. Matrix was 99, Reloaded was 03, and Revolutions was also 03.
2 in 1 year?
Well, essentially did what Avengers did, was they shot them pretty much right at the same time.
And then they just released them at that time.
And then pretty much just released them 6 months apart.
Yeah, but why don't they do 01, 03? But I guess if they're that close in the story, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it was also like Matrix was originally just gonna be a single film, and it did well enough to greenlight a sequel.
And then they just got longer than they thought. They broke it up into 2 movies.
Yeah, I don't know the exact story, if it was that or if it was like they had the story and they're like, hey, what if we try making this into 2 films and expand on stuff? And they went to the studio about it, and the studio was like, yeah, go for it, whatever.
Yeah, but
But Wachowskis, I believe, are coming back to direct it, which they did the original trilogy. Keanu Reeves is coming back. Carrie Ann Moss, who is a lead role in it, is coming back. I don't know if anyone else has been confirmed as coming back. I know Michael B. Jordan was rumored to be getting casted for it, but I don't think that's been confirmed yet.
I hope not.
I mean, not Samuel L. Jackson. Crap, who's the guy that played Morpheus? I can't think of his name right now.
It's not Lawrence Fishburne, is it?
Yeah. He's getting pretty old, so I could see them casting Michael B. Jordan to kind of take the role of like a Morpheus-esque character.
Gotcha.
Whether it's
Lawrence Fishburne,
just aging him a little bit using CGI, or just somehow, making up a reason why Morpheus is de-aged. I don't think he dies in the trilogy. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Like I said,
so yeah, it's apparently going to be. The sources say the film is eyed to begin production in the top of 2020. So within the next couple months here, it's going to begin production.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I should definitely go back and watch all those movies then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I need to go back and rewatch it for sure.
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like I had like a feel-good story, but I don't remember what it was.
What's your feel-good story, bud?
I don't remember. I'm trying to browse my upvotes real quick to see if I can find it, but I upvote so much stuff that I can't find it.
Gotcha.
Well, hang on. I'll go with this, because I thought this was pretty interesting. So, you know about white rhinos, right?
No.
Essentially, they're on the
ones
verge.
being crazy poached.
Yeah, like to the point where it might have been that. Like to the point where there's like only a handful left in the world.
Okay.
Like literally a handful.
I can't even pick up one, so like that's not much.
No, but essentially, I think it's like there's the last male rhino. I think actually recently died. So there's like 2 females left, but apparently scientists have successfully harvested eggs from the last 2 white rhinos.
Okay.
So they could essentially artificially like
inseminate and bring them back a little bit.
Yeah, like make it test tube rhinos. Because I was reading the article real briefly. Apparently, neither of them, for one reason or another, can get pregnant with babies. So it's not even like you could inseminate them and, make them or have them be born and grown naturally.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they can slowly bring back this species that is literally with
dwindling
a handful on the numbers.
I hate hearing about that shit because it's just some fucking assholes out there killing them for their horn, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they have like medicinal properties or something.
Yeah, that is a load of hokey pokey.
Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. Like you're literally committing like a fucking mass extinction of these animals practically.
Yeah.
They're gonna go extinct because pretty much are, unless extreme help from our scientists and stuff. Like they're fucked.
So fingers crossed, like our technology is up there, so hopefully
we'll see.
Yeah. But the other thing I was actually looking at, which I actually saw today when I was getting food, Illinois governor J.B. Pritzker has signed a law into legislation for Illinois, raising the teacher's minimum salary to $40,000.
That's still like pretty damn low for a teacher. You think about how much a teacher does. 40 grand.
Okay, well, the next paragraph says the current minimum teacher salary ranges from only $9,000 to $11,000. That sounds really low.
I mean, that's probably like that's probably a substitute teacher or something. You know what I mean?
But the new law signed by him on Thursday raises the minimum to $32,076 for the 2020-2021 school year. And it looks like over the course of each year, it slowly raises it to essentially $40,000 by 23-24. And then afterward, the minimum salary will rise based on the Consumer Price Index. So I guess, as that goes up, they will slowly get raises.
They'll scale it to it.
Makes sense because, you always hear, like...
Yeah.
People who are essentially teaching our kids are getting shafted.
Effed in the A.
Yeah. Like they don't get paid enough, and then sometimes it can show. And I do know for a fact, like, I don't know if they can necessarily get reimbursed for this, but like it seems like a lot of school districts like make teachers buy all their own stuff.
Ashley was out buying shit for her stuff the other day.
Yeah.
They don't like pay for that or like reimburse. Like, no. I was like, then
yeah, and that's a load of bullcrap. It's like,
yeah,
but at the same time you need it, so
which sucks.
Yeah, so hearing that, like, they obviously got raises and stuff like that, which, like you said, 40,000.
That's still pretty. I mean, if you have kids and stuff, like that's
pretty
low, man. It's pretty low.
But I mean, I also don't know what the cost of living is in Illinois.
Probably not that crazy.
Let's be real here. Like, the cost of living where you are, Wyoming, is probably much cheaper than where I live, just outside of Philly, or...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like,
definitely.
My friend that lives in Brooklyn, she's...
Get the fuck out of here. Her rent is my fucking double what my house is, mortgage-wise.
Yeah, I was going to probably say it's pretty big. Like, we've even talked about, like...
Which is stupid. I don't get that.
Her one friend that I kind of know through her, who lives in, like, the Boston area.
Same
like,
thing.
she visited my place shortly after I moved in last year. And she was like, oh, my God, this place is so nice. And she's like, if you don't mind me asking, like, how much are you paying? And, like, I told her how much we were paying combined a month. And she's like, oh, my God, that's what I pay. And I have, like, one room of space compared to everything in the house. And I was like,
yep.
That's because you live just outside of Boston. Like, cost of living skyrockets up there.
It's fucking stupid. I don't understand how you can charge that much. Like, you're willing to pay, I would be willing to pay the same amount for a house, like an extra half hour out of the way, like drive commute wise, than live in a fucking little apartment and pay that much, not get anything for the money. It just kind of thrown it away at that point. Like,
I mean, I remember reading a while ago. Essentially, if you don't make six figures and are in San Francisco, you're like in poverty.
Yep. Yeah, you can't.
San Francisco is fucking expensive to live in. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't see how people can get away with that shit. Like, but they can because people pay it.
Yep.
I don't get it. But
yep.
Hey, to each their own. Yeah. I want to be where the action is. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care about action. I'm almost a married man. I don't give a shit about that shit anymore.
Hence how you also live in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming.
Let's go out and do stuff. Nah. You want to go to the bar? Why not? I got beer in my house.
Yeah.
Got beer in my house. I paid for it already.
What I pay for a 6-pack is 2 beers at the bar.
And for good beer. For good beer at your house. And for a fucking, like, I don't know, Bud Light or some bullshit at the bar, too. It's fucking stupid. If you want to get a good beer at the bar, it's like $7 for like an IPA or something. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You can sometimes get away for like $5, maybe.
These perpetual IPAs I have, I think it was for a 12-pack. I think it was $20
for a 12-pack.
For a 12-pack.
Okay, I was gonna say for a 6-pack. God damn, but for a 12-pack, it's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So, I don't understand I don't go out anymore, man. I just don't go out anymore.
I go out occasionally. Like, I'm actually going out tomorrow night to hang out with friends. But it's like friends that I used to go out to the bar with every weekend. And, like, obviously I moved 20 minutes away from home. And my other buddy just recently moved away from that area about, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like all of us are just, like, diverging and, like, going different ways in life. And it's like every couple weeks, like, we try and get together to hang out, because it's like we used to do it every weekend. Now we're lucky if we do it once every 3 months, it seems like.
Well, I mean, that's good. Like, we might go out tonight just because Ashley has beer tickets for we got beer. So she got beer tickets from somebody. She's like, you want us to go out like downtown for us? So literally down the road under the bridge and right there. So we're gonna just do it. And she has like 3 or 4
or you have the tickets, I mean.
We have the tickets.
It's free beer.
Got them somewhere, and they have like Bud Light, Coors Light, but they also have like the local microbrews here, like Odell and New Belgium. So I'm gonna get a fucking Odell IPA for here's a little ticket.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, hell, even if it was those tickets and it was only like Bud Light and like
at that point,
stuff like that, it's like it's still free. Like, I'll go out and have a couple free beers. I'm not paying for it. Screw it.
Exactly. So that's the only reason why we're going out tonight. Plus, there's like a little band playing. So
nice.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. But I don't know, man, if you have anything else. I'm gonna have to get rolling here a little bit. I apologize. Don't mean to cut it short.
You don't have a question, do you? Didn't think so. Wow. Unforgivable.
Sour or sweet?
Sour.
Sweet all day. Yeah, I don't know why I thought about that, because you're sour apple rain.
Oh yeah, I don't know how I feel about the sour apple.
It tastes like you know those old Gatorades back in the day, the sour apple Gatorades. It tastes almost just like that. To me, I think. I don't know.
I mean, it tastes like sour apple, but it's like that's a lot of sour apple. Like,
that's a shitload of sour apple.
I'm trying to try all the Reigns right now. It's like, that's not one I'm gonna be buying again.
I like the peach one so much. Love the peach.
That's what I've heard. So far, I've only had blueberry peach or blueberry sour apple and cotton candy.
Cotton candy's good too.
The Bang wasn't bad.
Bang cotton candy is better than Reign cotton candy.
Yeah, I remember my
Carnival candy.
That's originally what I had before I had Reign, and my buddy was like, "Hey, my friend got this new energy drink. It's called Bang. Try it." And I was like, "It's all bright on like the can and stuff." He's like, "Yeah, I know. Just try it." And I got to taste it. I was like, "That's dangerous."
Yeah. How much caffeine?
Yeah. I was like, "Okay." I know I drink energy drinks a lot, but that's a lot, even for me.
Yeah, I think is the Reign body fuel is that Thor Bjornsson dude? Does he own that, or is it just he's sponsored by them?
Who?
Thor Bjornsson, the mountain.
I would assume he's just like sponsored
by it. Dude.
I think Reign.
I'm looking at a picture of him holding a 16-ounce can of this shit. It looks like it's a fucking microscopic micro machine in his hand. The dude's a fucking animal. Did
you see the picture of him sitting in a Mini Cooper?
Yep, I saw it.
That's pretty funny. Reign is owned by Monster.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently actually there's like a Bang is trying to sue Reign.
It's the same exact fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually looking at a picture right now of like the coloring, and it's like the exact same.
Oh, it is. It's the same fucking thing. But then again, you gotta have some kind of competition. You know, you can't just.
Yeah, but even then, it's like the cotton candy is the same color. Whatever the red and green one is, the yellow and purple.
The lemon drop, the fucking razzleberry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
fucking sue them.
Just give people an idea. You can see that it's like, very similar.
Yeah. Well, anyway, a lot of caffeine.
Anyway,
man, I gotta get going here, so I apologize for cutting it short here a little bit, but I was like, bitch.
You said bitch, okay?
You said something. I said something like that.
All right,
but all right, guys, that's gonna be it for Visit 66 Guy Party Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed your time, and give us some feedback on our Instagram, and of course, you can send us any questions or anything if you want on the Gmail account as well. We will be streaming, of course, throughout the week, and you guys can catch us on Twitch probably, and connect with us there. So we'll catch you guys next week, and I hope you guys have a great time.
Peace.
Peace.